Today, we shine a light on the incredible story of a young woman who has dedicated much of her time to helping immigrants and refugees, striving to find their place in a new society. Her selfless dedication reminds us that making a difference doesn't require wealth, status, or power. It's about having the heart to care, the empathy to understand others, and the willingness to act. People like Kyriaki prove that each of us has the potential to make a big impact on those around us. You too have the power to change lives. All it takes is recognizing your humanity and directing your energy toward those who need it most.
Hello and welcome to our first English episode of Podcastak. I'm excited to introduce our special guest, Kyriaki, a senior project manager at the Center for Social Innovation in Cyprus. Kyriaki has lots of experience managing European Union-funded projects, focusing on important topics like migration, integration, and social inclusion. She has worked with different communities in the past 4 years, empowering individuals with the new skills and knowledge. Kyriaki has also done research on the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on refugees, migrants, and asylum seekers in Cyprus, and is also involved in many volunteer initiatives. Today, she will share with us her insights on these important topics and her experience on working to make a positive impact on society. Welcome, Kyriaki.
Thank you for having me.
So, Kyriaki, before we dive into your amazing and inspiring work, tell us more about you. Who's Kyriaki?
Who is Kyriaki? Kyriaki is a 31-year-old woman who loves playing amateur volleyball. I have a background in political sciences, and I've done 4 years of work in risk management and analyzing security factors and geopolitics in the Middle East and North Africa. After that, I wanted to make a switch in order to have a job that allows me to do my own for the community. I decided to switch careers. So 4 years ago, I joined the team at the Center for Social Innovation in Cyprus, where I had the opportunity to run and manage programs that had direct impact on the communities, on social issues that I'm interested in.
What motivates Kyriaki?
What motivates Kyriaki is her concerns about many social injustices, but mainly it's a paralyzing fear sometimes, that understanding that many of the challenges that we face today as a society require structural changes, which, as I mentioned before, this often comes with a paralyzing effect on what can we do if we need to have structural changes to improve the communities that we live in. But to counteract this notion and this fear, I hope to do my best as an individual and run actions that align with my beliefs and the concerns that I have for the society that I live in.
Okay. Could you tell us about the Pitch project and what is your role in that project?
Yeah, of course. So Pitch is an EU-funded project by the Asylum Migration Integration Fund. Pitch is a 3-year project that has been running since January 2022. It's a multi-stakeholder project. It involves 15 partners from across Europe, from 7 different countries in Europe. So as a team, we all work together to design and implement local integration strategies in Cyprus that they aim to facilitate the integration of foreign-born women in Cyprus and the other European countries. So in Cyprus, Center for Social Innovation, in collaboration with the municipality of Ipsonas, we've developed and implemented a local integration strategy in that area of Limassol, for which the impact I will be sharing later on.
You have the main role in this project, and the participants have minor role, or it's an equal role between all of you?
Okay. So I'm the main coordinator in Cyprus, so I coordinate the actions of all the activities that take place in Cyprus in collaboration with the municipality of Ipsonas staff. My role is to run the project. So essentially, we run different research activities in the beginning in order to better understand the current situation of integration strategies in Cyprus, be able to identify what are the gaps in the existing strategies. We set up an advisory team, which we consulted throughout the duration of the program. And after having that knowledge of what the current situation is, we proceeded to design a local integration strategy and then implement it in practice. What does that mean? Because I know the audience may not be very familiar with what we mean by implementing a local integration strategy for foreign-born women. Essentially, the Pitch partnership developed a model. And by model, I mean a methodology that has some specific approaches that we incorporated on how we run the whole program. For example, one of the approaches is that it's gender sensitive. Mm-hmm. This means that the main focus of the strategies were the women that they live in Cyprus, but they were not born in Cyprus. Because we understand, and based on the literature review as well, but also in the findings of our research, they face disproportionate barriers to integration in comparison to their male counterparts. So our strategy focused on actions that involved such women. After that, we were able to identify women that lived in the wider area of Ipsonas. Our target was to find 30 women who would be able to join our activities, which included both educational but also social activities, in order to start with us a more tailored integration journey. And saying about the tailored integration journey, I want to also analyze the other approach of the Pitch model, which is the personalized approach to integration. So as you know, there are multiple integration programs running right now in Cyprus by many organizations. What stands out with Pitch is that we wanted to provide a personalized integration strategy, meaning we wanted to see behind every woman, what are they bringing with them, what is their educational background, what kind of limits do they face in terms of employment. Social status can also play an impact in terms of accessing different services and education as well. So by adopting a personalized approach, we try to understand who each participant is and what do they need and what they aspire in the short and long term. So as a result of this interaction that we had, which was a collaborative process, we provided a map with specific activities and specific courses that each participant could follow in order to enhance their integration process in Cyprus.
Okay.
But I want to also highlight that this was a participatory process. So it wasn't just us saying, okay, you need to take ABC classes. It was a collaborative process in which together we determined which kind of activities better responded to each individual.
But how did it start? I mean, how was this implemented in Cyprus? And particularly, what was the impact on it in regards to the municipality of Ipsonas? What made you come up with this idea?
Okay, so just to give you some background on how European Union projects come to fruition, most of the times it's a team of individuals from different countries that they identify a specific issue that needs to be addressed. It's an issue that's common to all countries, but of course, always the implementation has to be adapted and localized. In the case of Pitch, again, the idea was a collaboration of different organizations in the European Union, which they decided that in this project we want to involve both organizations that work with social issues, but we also want to involve the municipalities themselves. So the areas of implementations were included in the project from the proposal phase. So the municipality of Ipsonas and Center for Social Innovation, in the case of Cyprus, were partners in this wider European collaboration. So when we did the research, we focused on the area of Ipsonas. When we did the identification of existing integration strategies, we started by analyzing the already existing initiatives in that area, and then moved to the national level. And afterwards, we implemented all those educational and social activities in the municipality of Ipsonas so that its residents can directly benefit from this initiative.
Okay. Will there be any other municipalities involved in such project? I mean, the focus, as I understand, the focus is on Ipsonas at the moment.
Yes.
Is there any future mission for other municipalities to be involved in this project?
Yes, of course. So just to give a background of what we did, the integration strategy, we ran it from June last year until May this year, when we actually held the pitch graduation of all the trainees. And yes, with the conclusion of the piloting of the program, we are now in a process in the phase that we were trying to involve more local authorities on how they can run these similar initiatives, and to train them on how they can first develop their own strategies and how to implement them. So at the moment we're in the process of raising awareness about the pitch model, the things that we've learned, because it was a very long process and very complicated, but also very rewarding at the end. So what we want now to share this know-how with both other local authorities, but also organizations from the civil society sector that are involved in issues of migration and integration.
Kyriaki, is there a successful story that has caught your attention from this project participants?
Yes, I think we're lucky to say that we have multiple success stories to share. One of the success stories that I would like to share is that one of the participants who was attending the career guidance class, she got inspired and she came to me and said, "Hey, Kyriaki, I'm thinking that I also want to deliver a training on this topic." And I'm like, "Okay, sounds good. What kind of topic are you interested in?" And she said, "I want to teach my peers, the other pitch trainees, on how to grow their LinkedIn." So I'm like, "Okay, sounds like a plan. We can, extend this course as long as we prepare a plan of what we will be doing in every session." And it happened. It was very easy. And the main takeaway of this is that, going back to the approaches of the pitch model, the participatory approach, it shows how we gave the platform, we gave the room to the participants to have multiple roles. So we had a trainee that became a trainer for the purposes of what they wanted to do in the program. So going back to Nancy's question in the beginning, how the roles work, the roles overlap. And this was also one of the good practices that came out of the program, because the idea was to empower, but also make the participants as active as possible in how the program is run. So what kind of activities will we be covering? We wanted to know what the participants are interested in. It wasn't some predetermined classes that we decided. So it wasn't a top-bottom approach. We tried to have a bottom-up and a more participatory approach in adjusting the strategy, which that was also one of the challenges, because we kind of were doing adjustments live. So we were getting feedback and we were making the adjustments as the training program was running.
So since this project emerged, or since the onset of this project, what kind of challenges have you faced, and are these challenges still exist?
Yeah. So first, let me say what were the challenges in the Cyprus context in general when it comes to integration strategies. So what we've seen is that we lack when it comes to providing comprehensive integration programs. So you will see that there are many isolated initiatives focusing, for example, on language skills or how to find a job, but we rarely find strategies or initiatives that they focus on providing a comprehensive experience to foreign-born individuals and especially women. We also found that existing strategies do not take into consideration the additional barriers that women face. So, for example, the need for someone to take care of their kids while they take classes.
Yeah.
For us, that was a main reason that we encouraged women to participate, because we provided free childcare services for all of our classes. And we're talking about 290 hours of classes overall from June 23 to May 24. So we took into consideration the gender sensitive aspect in how we designed the strategy. Another aspect that we saw was lacking was the lack of awareness, even from locals, but also from people who are foreign and came to Cyprus, about how the system works. When I say system, I mean all the systems when it comes to the healthcare system, the taxation system, the social welfare system. So we made sure in our classes, for example, in the rights and duties course, to bring experts from these fields in order to inform our participants how all these systems work, how each framework is designed in Cyprus, what changes depending on each individual's legal status, how does their employment opportunities change.
So basically knowing the rights.
Knowing their rights, but also knowing how they can also contribute to the happenings of the society. So, for example, given that in 2024 we had the EU elections and the local elections, which was a huge milestone for Cyprus, given that with the local elections, the current profile of the municipalities would change, meaning that even in the municipality of Ipsonas, the new area would be called the municipality of Kurion, which would also include additional other communities from the area. We took this opportunity to also cover the elections in our classes. We also had some tours in the other communities in the area. We went to Episkopi, we went to Kolossi, to Sotira, in order to familiarize participants with the new areas of their new municipality that they would be part of in the future, and also what is changing for them in terms of how will they be accessing the municipality services going forward? Where do they need to go to pay the water bills, to pay their property taxes, etc.?
Basically making them aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
And keeping it alive, with what's happening in the society, in politics. So we try to incorporate these elements in the program to keep it relevant and engaging, but most importantly, informative for our participants.
What are the upcoming actions you are preparing, and how separate people, if they would like, they can be a part from this upcoming actions, and even migrants or let's say refugees, if they want to participate in any upcoming actions?
Yes. So I will answer your question in two pillars. So the first pillars is the activities that we run right now, which we also mentioned before, with the aim to inform other entities on how to learn from the pitch program and how they can replicate the pitch model. So in that regard, we held, for example, last week, a local panel discussion with the local authority operators of the municipality of Kurion. So all the people who work for the now extended municipality of Kurion, they came together, they learned about the pitch model, and they tried to think and discuss how can they incorporate this program that was so successful in their community, in their current work, in their current social services that the municipality is offering. So now we're trying to find ways to make the pitch strategy sustainable. Another thing that we are currently providing is a capacity building for individuals who work either at local authorities, but also civil society organizations that are involved on matters of integration and social inclusion. Because this program comes with a lot of work behind it, but it also provides the frameworks, the methodology, and the tools to support other people to use them. You don't need to do it from scratch. Somebody has done it. They have learned some things. So the idea is for us to share the know-how, so we don't keep it closed knowledge. So we want to share this knowledge with other actors, with the hope that they, get inspired and they also run similar initiatives. They don't necessarily need to be strategies in the large scale level. A small organization with limited resources can still benefit from adopting the pitch model and by learning what our experience was and adjusting smaller initiatives in how they run their operations. In addition, we will also be hosting the first intercultural street festival in Ipsonas by the municipality of
going to
Korea.
happen?
Yes, that's going to be on Sunday, October 20.
Okay.
It will be at the Mario Square in Ipsonas, Mario Stokas Square, from 5 to 9. And there we will be hosting multiple handicraft and music workshops for anyone to attend. Families, friends, neighbors, the pitch participants.
Sounds very nice.
Yes, we will also be having live food demonstrations. We will have people selling their products and sweets from different cultures. We will have performances. So it's going to be a big celebration to show the community what we have achieved through the pitch program, but also invite other cultures to join us and have a celebratory conclusion of this project in Ipsonas.
Sounds amazing. I personally look forward to being there. I want to ask you something, Kyriaki. As a young woman that, we have the normal path that we all cross, family, getting married, having kids. I know what motivates you, but what made you take this path, And also, do you have any message that you would like to share the viewers or listeners?
Yeah. Yes, I understand where this question is coming from. It's a similar question everybody gets from their
I'm sure you're getting it every day.
In family lunches. To be honest, yes, the past 3 years with this program have been very challenging for me, and it was a continuous learning process. And this was one of the main things that also kept me going, meaning that I find meaning when I also learn new things. But I'm not gonna lie, it was a program that sometimes blurred the lines between personal life and professional life. But as I said before, seeing firsthand the impact it has had on the participants, on myself, on the other teams that worked on this project, because it wasn't just me who made it possible. It was the team of mediators that they were always there. It was the team of childcare services, the support of the municipality. So it was a collective job. And I'm a person who loves to see quality things taking place. And this was one of the things that was driving me to, see this thing till the end and have an impactful result. And therefore, my message that I would like to give is don't take shortcuts. I'm a person who likes to find the most effective way to do things, but I choose to never take shortcuts when it comes to, asking other people to invest their time with something I'm running. I want to make sure that I gave them the best possible experiences, given the resources that I had at the time and the knowledge as well. If I had to share my motto, it would be don't take shortcuts, go all the way in and learn from it.
Very nice.
Before we end this episode, I want to say I was one of these great project's participants. All the language classes, entrepreneurship workshops, even rights and duties sessions I attended helped me a lot integrate into the community quickly and smoothly. Of course, I can't forget the social cafes that gave me the chance to meet amazing ladies, even though we have never met before. And most of us are from different countries and cultures. Somehow, we became like a big family. That's why I want to say for every single amazing lady that I met, I love you. I love you all, my sisters. Kyriaki, I'm so grateful for everything you did for us.
We say in French, chapeau bas, because a young woman like you dedicating her life for something good and something that helps other people to serve the community, you know, I mean, we all get dragged in life and, you know, going here and there and partying and stuff. And you literally, allow me to say, literally put your personal life on hold in order for you to do something for others. This is, for me, this is like goes way beyond anything. There's not a lot of people like you. I hope there'll be more people like you that think that they can offer their communities by doing something. You know, we all have something that we can give,
Sure.
you know, it's just that to know how to do it, you know, that's the thing. So thank you very much. I'm so happy I met you. Really, you are
Likewise.
seriously an
Likewise.
inspiration, you know, and I really wish a lot of people would hear what you have to say, because seriously, it's just an eye opener. Honestly, it is an eye opener. It made me feel so good inside. Seriously. So
Yeah. I was also lucky because I was at the right place at the right
Yes.
time. So yeah, because I'm also from Ipsonas, I mean, since that I ran this project, and yeah, I gave it my all.
yeah, and I hope there will be more and more successful stories, and that project will seriously go beyond local.
Yeah,
It will
I
be
hope
something
so.
global, you
Yeah.
know, and people will kind of replicate the same.
Yeah.
Maybe if not pitch, will be done somewhere else, but I hope people will understand, you know, and replicate similar projects that would help their communities, you know, and help people that are seriously in need, you know,
Yes.
and would like to give the community, you know, I mean, whether they are like refugees or anybody who comes to this country, they're coming, number one, to find a better place. They're coming running from conflict, and they must be treated as an addition to the community, and they will contribute to the community rather than being outcasted. And
Yes.
and also, I wanted to mention something, but I didn't want to go inside the more diverse. What you're doing also does not allow room for xenophobia,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is a huge topic that I don't know if Nancy would like to make a podcast about xenophobia, you know, because you being a local and having such initiative, you know, of helping other people, whether they're locals that are in need or refugees or asylum seekers, that shows that we rise above something called xenophobia,
Yeah.
you know, and this is something very important, especially nowadays,
Yeah.
you know.
Actually, I,
I
have an
wanted to say
example
that,
of
and then I said,
no, that's
don't
that's fine.
enter this. I know myself.
No, it
don't.
would be fine.
You
It
know?
would be fine because actually, when I remember when we were putting the posters in the beginning to find women that they are interested in, it was a period that I remember some violent incidents happened in Limassol.
Yeah.
And I was concerned because, you know, I had my contact details on the poster, and I was considered, oh my God, are the locals now gonna start calling me or harass me? So yes, I was very concerned when I was doing that. But after that, yeah, I mean, I became so confident into what we were doing, why we were doing it. So I felt that I would be able to handle anyone coming, you know, with xenophobic statements, etc. But I must say, from our experiences in the past 2.5 years with the community of Ipsonas, we haven't faced any instances
That's very good.
Of tensions. People have questions,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's constructive because it helps enhance the dialogue and the conversation. And it's a learning process for everyone. I mean, it was a huge learning process for me as well. Yeah. And I forgot to mention the
reason why I want to start this podcast, because I met a lot of people here in Cyprus. They are amazing people, but no one know about them. They think that the Cypriot people, they just eat, sleep, spend time on cafes,
that is not
and
true.
that's it.
You know, you are the people that work in the shadows, you know, that you are so humble that you do not boast about what you're doing, blah, 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 like other people that do absolutely nothing for community, and you see them all here and there. So people need to understand that there are people like you that exist, that we need to shed light on, you know, because, okay, not just in Cyprus, in any country, you know, you could have a certain idea about, you know, this nation that, oh, you know, for example, Cypriots only, they care about football and the frappe and this, but that is not true, because there's a lot of people within the community that they are doing stuff for the community, but no one is shedding light on them, you know? So you cannot judge a book by its cover. Open the book and you will know what's going on. But this is the image. Even Lebanese people or people from Egypt, or we all are being judged based on small minorities, you know, that, you know, behave in a certain way. Yeah. That doesn't mean everybody is like this, you know? So
thank you for everything. I would like to thank you from my bottom, my heart. And thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. Just a small note for the listeners. I wanted to mention Nancy during the question about success stories, because here I am today being the guest of the podcast she's hosting with Nadine. So it's been a pleasure seeing you take all these entrepreneurship and initiatives and trying to start your own thing. And it's an honor to be today at your podcast and promoting, you know, the work that we did on the project that we met. So sincerely, thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for being here with us. And thank you for sharing your story. And it's really empowering and very inspirational. And I hope whoever is listening to us, our viewers, our listeners, to learn that anything is possible and dreams come true. Thank you, Kyriaki, again for being here with us. You're an inspiration. I hope people will learn from you.
Thank you, ladies.
Dear listeners and viewers, stay tuned for more upcoming inspirational stories. Take care and see you later. I thought you were going to cry.
I was very close to cry because
I was like, no cry.